When I made a video last year about the 10 most efficient family airplanes, Mohammed Steinberg called it an unrealistic choice for the average pilot because there are cheaper used planes that'll get the job done, which is true. User 774892 said that the Diamond DA62 is a nice new twin, but the cost is too high to justify it. At $1.2 million, you can get a nice, clean, used Citation jet. Kind of true, but it depends. D4 said, "How many of these planes are affordable by the average GA pilot? No one I know." No one I know either. Mickey Doolittle said I should include used aircraft. Right. Spencer Hammond said that I miss the PA-32 family, Cherokee 6 Lance Saratoga line, which can carry 6, but most often carries 4 people, which is true and a horrible mistake on my end. Then he added that for most families, a brand new plane is not an option. Very true. Donald Parlett Jr. said, "Give me a Piper Aztec that is the true Suburban of the air. If you can fit something in it, it'll carry it." Maybe I can agree with you. Timothy Smith said that the Cessna 150 is a great family airplane, assuming it's just you and your cat. Many of us don't like cats, so please get me a dog. Beezy wants to know the best plane for moving some kind of stuff? Who knows? Then he added, "I'm asking for a friend." Yep. So, this is 2022, and let's take a look at it again. This time, I'm covering planes you can get for $100,000 or less, or a little more with enough room for 6 people and enough range for 800 to 1,000 miles. Number 1 is the Cessna 310R. The 310 was one of the first twin-engine airplanes made in the United States, and over the years, it's gone through several different models. The 310R is the latest and last production model that was introduced back in 1975. There are a lot of great features about this airplane, but the most important one is that you can carry up to 5 passengers. With 1 pilot, 6 people will fit in this airplane. The best part is that it's not at the cost of fuel load. In this plane, you have a lot more payload, over 2,000 pounds of useful load. A lot of that will be your fuel, but you will have enough room to carry more passengers. Another great part is that you're not flying with all of these people at snail speed. This airplane can fly as fast as 190 knots. The downside is that the 310 is not on the low side when it comes to maintenance, since you have retractable landing gear and 2 different engines, which means it will cost more to maintain. You can find them anywhere from $80,000 to $150,000 in very good condition. Number 2 is the Beechcraft Baron 55. Just like the Cessna 310, the Baron 55 is also one of the first twin-engine airplanes made in the US. It has used different types of Continental engines. The early models use the 2 IO470 engines that produce 260 horsepower each. The later models have more powerful engines, which is the Continental IO520 turbocharged engine. This airplane is fast. It can cruise at 200 knots and travel close to 1,000 nautical miles non-stop. With those retractable landing gears and 2 engines, the Baron 55 is a complex airplane, just like the Cessna 310, which means it costs more to maintain. The best part is it can carry up to 6 people and climb at well over 1,600 feet per minute. What's the price of a Baron 55? Early models of this aircraft can be found for as little as $95,000 if you explore hard enough. However, expect to pay between $150,000 and $250,000 for a decent aircraft in excellent condition. Number 3 is the Piper Aztec. The Aztec has a lot more performance than most planes on this list. By a lot more performance, I don't mean speed, but range and payload. The Aztec can carry up to 6 people and go 1,500 miles. The downside is that this airplane is not particularly fast. The maximum cruise speed is 187 knots with a climb rate of 1,400 feet per minute. Despite the fact that you're not going to climb or fly very fast, the Aztec is hard to beat in terms of range. Another good feature about this aircraft is the stall speed. This plane can only stall at 59 knots, which is particularly great for a high-performance airplane. You can find the Aztec for as low as $100,000, but if you want one in beautiful condition, budget between $200 and $300,000. Number 4 is the Piper PA-34 Seneca. If you want more speed in a Piper aircraft, then the Seneca is for you. This aircraft was first introduced in the 1970s. It's similar to the PA-23 family in terms of payload and useful load, but it beats them when it comes to performance. Unlike the PA-23, you can cruise a little faster on the Seneca at 188 knots and travel up to 1,000 miles with 6 people on board. I've seen one listed at controller.com for just $75,000, but a typical price is anything between $100,000 to $200,000. Number 5 is the Piper Cherokee 6. If you don't want to deal with all the complexity that comes with a high-performance aircraft, like retractable landing gear or twin engines, then the Cherokee 6 is for you. Don't expect it to perform like the others on this list because you only have one 300 horsepower Lycoming IO 540 engine in front, but you have enough useful load to carry up to 6 people, climb at 1,000 feet per minute, cruise at 146 knots, and fly 800 miles. The best thing about this plane is the maintenance cost. Since you only have one engine to worry about and you have a fixed landing gear, your operating cost per hour is much lower and you'll be paying a lower insurance rate too. You can get a Cherokee 6 for as low as $100,000, but if you want a more recent one or one in excellent condition, $200,000 is enough to get it. Number 6 is the Piper Saratoga. I know a lot of you will be wondering if this is a top 10 family airplane video or a top Piper airplane list, but the thing is, Piper has some of the best lines of family airplanes. The Saratoga is basically the Cherokee 6 with tapered wings, retractable landing gear, and better avionics options, which makes it better for flying IFR. The cabin is very roomy and comfortable. A big rear cabin door lets you load just about anything in. Most Saratogas have the club seating option, which is great for businesses and families. It uses the same engine as the Cherokee 6, and the performance is similar, but when it comes to pricing, you can get a Saratoga in good condition for anything from $150,000 to $250,000. Number 7 is the Beechcraft Bonanza A36. Bonanzas are great values when it comes to doing what Bonanzas do well, which is haul a whole family and go places fast. Speaking of comfort, the A36 is not as wide as some of the others in its class, but it offers excellent head and leg room so that even tall pilots can sit upright with their feet flat on the floor, and visibility is great. The downside is that how much you pay for this plane is only a small part of the problem. With older V-tail Bonanzas, maintenance costs can be both high and unpredictable. With a true airspeed of 165 knots with 6 people on board, its ability to fly long cross-country legs in comfort is hard to beat. I've seen a 1970 model listed for $150,000 on controller.com, but on average, they sell for anything between $200,000 and $350,000. Number 8 is the Cessna 206 Stationair. When you think of the 206 Stationair, you think of a flying SUV, but the problem with it is that it carries less luggage than other 6-seaters, and the rearmost seats are a bit of a squeeze for anyone older than 16. The reason it still has an important place in the lineup is that it lands places where others can't. If your cargo needs are for hauling something slightly smaller than a baby whale, and you have to land on a 2,500-foot gravel strip at an 8,000-foot elevation with a low-time pilot, then the 206 is your only option. It was originally powered by a 285-horsepower Continental IO 520A engine, but the newest ones are equipped with a 300-horsepower Lycoming IO 540, which helps it cruise at 160 miles per hour with a range of 800 miles. You can get some of the early models for less than $150,000, but I can't tell if they have problems or not. A typical price for one in excellent condition is around $250,000 to $300,000. Number 9 is the Piper M350. If you need to fly high, fast, and over bad weather, and you're okay with the extra insurance requirements, then this aircraft can serve as your personal version of a Citation or Learjet. Its spacious cabin comfortably seats up to 5 passengers with all the luxuries you'd expect from a Piper airplane, such as premium leather, lush carpet, and genuine wood. This aircraft is a master of both short-range and long-range missions. It uses the highly trusted Lycoming TIO 540 engine to yield a flight range of over 1,000 miles at an altitude of 25,000 feet, cruising at 240 miles per hour. You can get some of the early models for around $300,000. It will be difficult, but most of the listings are around $400,000 to $500,000 for the more recent ones. Number 10 is the Diamond DA62. Firstly, I would like to start off by telling you that the DA62 is not cheap, but it's here for a reason. Firstly, no airplane on this list can carry more than 6 people, but this one can, with the all-composite fuselage burning 11 gallons per hour of Jet A, which is available anywhere, unlike avgas. With push-button start, you have just a lever for throttle. Everything else is controlled by FADEC. Everything is modern, safer, and easier. If all this in about $1 million package is not on the cheap side, I wonder what is. The used models will definitely sell for less, but they're relatively difficult to find because the DA62 hasn't been around for a long time, like most of the planes on the list. The DA62 is based on the fuselage of the single-engine Diamond DA50 with 2 Austro AE300 engines. It burns fuel like a single, yet it moves more passengers and equipment further and faster than anything else in its class, with exceptional fuel efficiency, luxury, and twin-engine security. It climbs at a little over 1,000 feet per minute. For those who don't want to spend what it takes to fly a turboprop, the DA62, which burns only 11 gallons to cruise at 200 miles per hour with a range of 1,400 miles, is the perfect airplane. If you like our videos, please smash the like and subscribe button. You can also join us by clicking on the link next to the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.